Hello and welcome. I'm Blair Blackwell, and this is the Daily Cyber Brief. Here's today's rundown of the biggest cybersecurity stories you need to know today. Good morning. This is the Daily Cyber Brief for December 25. Here are the key risks shaping today's session. Urgent patching across popular data and automation platforms, an uptick in credential theft and social engineering, and a European service disruption that's a reminder of operational fragility. We start with vulnerabilities and patches. MongoDB is urging immediate updates for a high-severity flaw that could enable remote code execution on vulnerable servers. That's a priority for any team running self-managed instances. In parallel, researchers disclosed a critical bug in the N8N workflow automation platform, rated 9.9 out of 10. That under certain conditions allows arbitrary code execution across potentially thousands of deployments. And for operators in industrial and facilities environments, CISA issued an updated advisory for Mitsubishi Electric air conditioning systems, a timely reminder that even building systems sit inside the modern attack surface. Turning to incidents and credential theft, France's National Postal Service reported a major network incident that knocked online services, including digital banking, offline, disrupting millions. In the U.S., the FBI seized the web3adspanels.org domain and its database, which investigators say was used to store bank logins stolen in account takeover schemes. Separately, 2 Chrome extensions posing as a network speed test plugin were caught intercepting traffic and harvesting credentials from more than 170 sites. Both were still downloadable at the time of reporting. Meanwhile, attackers are leaning on trust to deliver malware. A typo-squatted site impersonating Microsoft activation scripts pushed PowerShell that drops the Cosmali loader on Windows systems. Researchers also found WebRat being spread via GitHub repositories masquerading as proof-of-concept exploits for fresh vulnerabilities, a tactic that preys on curiosity and the rush to test. On macOS, a notarized, signed Swift application disguised as a messaging app installer is being used to deliver the MacSync information stealer, sidestepping Apple's gatekeeper checks. On the policy and platform side, Italy's competition authority fined Apple roughly €98.6 million, concluding its app tracking transparency framework limited App Store competition, a ruling with implications for privacy, advertising, and platform governance. In healthcare, industry groups continue to push back on proposed HIPAA security rule changes, arguing the overhaul doesn't meet the threat landscape. And collaboration security is tightening. Microsoft says Teams will enable messaging safety by default in January and will add a Defender portal control to block external users from contacting your organization. What does this mean for organizations? Teams running MongoDB or N8N face a patch now cycle to reduce the risk of remote code execution. Operators of OT and building systems should track the ICS advisory and vendor mitigations. Financial services, retailers, and any company with customer logins are in the crosshairs of credential theft, from malicious browser add-ons to credential warehouses. Dev and security researchers should be cautious with proof-of-concept code from public repos, and macOS fleets should expect more notarized malware attempting to blend in. Looking ahead, watch for rapid exploitation attempts against newly disclosed server and automation flaws. Continued takedowns and reshuffling in credential theft infrastructure and rollout timing for Teams' default protections. Monitor CISA's ICS channel for follow-on guidance. If you rely on Chrome extensions, verify provenance. Quietly posted updates can change behavior without fanfare. What I'll be watching today: cloud-hosted databases and workflow automation platforms for signs of opportunistic scanning. Identity and access flows targeted by malicious extensions and credential markets. OT and building management systems for patch adoption, and collaboration suites as new default controls land. I'll also keep an eye on GitHub-hosted exploits as a lure for commodity loaders. The takeaway: it's a busy patching window, but the bigger theme is trust in extensions, installers, and community code. Tightening those trust boundaries this week will pay dividends as attackers chase the next easy foothold. That's it for today's edition of the Daily Cyber Brief. Thanks for listening. I'm Blair Blackwell. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not cybersecurity, legal, or financial advice.